My dear friends, life today often feels like a race. We run after success, after money, after recognition, after pleasure. And yet, the faster we run, the more tired we feel, and the emptier we become. Have you noticed? The one who chases everything catches nothing. Instead of chasing, learn to stop. When you stop, you allow yourself to breathe. You allow clarity to rise. Just like muddy water clears when it is left still, your mind and life also clear when you stop chasing. Ask yourself, what is truly important to me? Out of all the noise, which one thing, if I give my heart to it, will bring meaning, balance, and strength to my life? This is the key. Do not spread yourself thin. Put your energy into one focused path. Take one step with awareness. Take one action with intention. Do this consistently, and you will achieve more than by chasing 100 desires. Remember, success is not found outside. It is cultivated inside through discipline, balance, and inner alignment. When the inside is strong, the outside follows naturally. So I tell you today, stop chasing everything. Instead, become still, choose wisely, and act with purpose. In simplicity, you will find mastery, and in mastery, you will discover peace. Stop running after everything. This is where many people lose themselves without even realizing it. From the moment we wake up until the time we lie down to sleep, our minds are filled with desires, goals, comparisons, and endless pursuits. One day we are chasing money, the next day recognition, then happiness, then pleasure, then peace. The cycle never ends, and the faster we run, the more we believe we are achieving, when in truth we are only exhausting ourselves. Imagine holding a basket with holes at the bottom. No matter how much water you pour inside, it will never be full. This is the life of someone who chases everything without pause. They keep pouring effort, time, and energy, yet nothing stays. The problem is not the lack of effort, but the lack of direction. Chasing everything is like scattering seeds in every direction without ever watering them. None of them grow, none of them take root, because your attention is divided and your energy is wasted. Life does not reward those who run the fastest. It rewards those who can remain consistent, focused, and patient. When you are always chasing, you become restless. Your mind becomes clouded with anxiety. You compare yourself to others constantly, always feeling behind, always feeling that someone else has more, is better, or is further along. This restlessness creates a hunger that is never satisfied. The truth is, not everything is meant to be pursued. Some things are simply distractions dressed as opportunities. Some paths will look shiny and attractive, but they will lead you away from your real purpose. By chasing everything, you miss the chance to discover what truly matters. You can work hard all your life, but if you work hard in the wrong direction, you will still end up empty. Therefore, the first step is to stop running without thought, to pause, to breathe, to ask yourself honestly, what am I really seeking? What do I truly value? What is worth dedicating my life to? When you stop chasing, something powerful happens. You begin to see more clearly. Just like water becomes calm and reflective when it is still, your mind gains clarity when you stop running. You begin to notice the difference between desire and purpose, between noise and truth. Chasing is born from fear, fear of missing out, fear of not being enough, fear of being left behind. But when you stop, you begin to realize that you already carry strength and value inside you. You do not need to prove yourself to the world by running after everything. Instead of scattering your energy on 10 different things, choose one or two that align with your heart. Instead of chasing, build. Instead of running in circles, walk steadily on a single path. Life becomes lighter and yet more meaningful. The one who chases everything loses himself, but the one who stops, focuses, and moves with intention finds peace, fulfillment, and lasting strength. Clarity over chaos. This is a principle that can change the entire direction of your life if you allow it to. Most people today live in chaos without even noticing. Their thoughts are scattered. Their goals are many. Their desires are endless. And their days are filled with noise from every direction. From the moment they wake up, they are already consumed by distractions. The phone in their hand, the tasks waiting for them, the opinions of others, the comparison with the world around them. In such a state, it is impossible to live a life of peace or fulfillment. Chaos does not give birth to growth, it only drains energy. The human mind, when scattered, loses its strength. Clarity is the opposite. Clarity is like the sun breaking through clouds, bringing light to everything it touches. When you have clarity, you know where you are, you know where you are going, and you know why you are moving in that direction. Without clarity, you can run faster than everyone else and still arrive nowhere. But with clarity, even slow steps carry meaning, and every action builds towards something valuable. The question, then, is how do we move from chaos to clarity? First, we must learn to stop filling ourselves with too much information, too many distractions, too many goals. Simplicity is the soil in which clarity grows. When you remove the unnecessary, the important becomes visible. Think of a cluttered room. As long as everything is piled up and scattered, you cannot see the space clearly. But once you clean and organize, you realize how much space you actually have. The same is true with the mind. Clear out the noise, and you will see your purpose more easily. Second, we must learn to ask ourselves better questions. Instead of asking, "What else can I do?" ask, "What really matters if I do it?" Instead of asking, "How can I get everything?" ask, "What can I let go of without regret?" Chaos thrives when you try to hold too much, but clarity comes when you choose carefully. It is not about doing more, it is about doing what counts. Third, clarity comes when you align with your inner values. When your choices reflect who you truly are, they bring peace. But when you make decisions only to impress others or only to copy others, your path becomes chaotic, filled with constant doubt. Take time to reflect. What do I believe in? What gives me meaning? What would I still do even if no one else was watching? The answers to these questions will give you clarity. Finally, remember that clarity is not a one-time achievement, but a practice. Chaos will always try to return because the world is full of noise. Every day, you must choose clarity again, by simplifying, by focusing, by aligning. And each day that you choose it, your path becomes lighter, your steps become stronger, and your life becomes more peaceful. The power of stillness is often underestimated in a world that glorifies speed, constant activity, and endless pursuit. Yet stillness has always been the secret doorway to wisdom, clarity, and strength. Most people believe progress comes only from constant movement, but in truth, too much movement without direction leads to exhaustion. Imagine a pond where the water is constantly stirred. Mud rises, the surface is disturbed, and nothing can be seen beneath. But when the water becomes still, the mud settles, and suddenly the depth is visible. The same happens with the human mind and spirit. In the chaos of constant running, we cannot see what lies beneath. In stillness, truth reveals itself. Stillness is not laziness, it is not weakness. It is the art of pausing with awareness. It is the ability to stop running in circles and to let things settle. This pause is powerful because it allows us to observe what is happening within us and around us. When you stop for a moment and become still, you begin to notice the patterns of your thoughts, the desires pulling you in different directions, and the fears that push you into unnecessary pursuits. You begin to see clearly what was hidden by the noise. Modern life convinces us that we must be busy every moment. If we are not doing something, we feel guilty. If we sit quietly, we feel unproductive. Yet this constant rush is exactly why many people feel lost, even while working hard. Stillness is the antidote. When you are still, you give yourself space to breathe, to reflect, and to connect with your deeper self. And from this deeper connection, real direction arises. Without stillness, we act blindly. With stillness, we act with wisdom. Think of an archer. Before releasing the arrow, the archer must be completely still. The body steadies, the breath calms, the eyes focus. Only then can the arrow fly straight and reach the target. The same is true in life. If you never allow yourself to be still, your actions will scatter in all directions, never reaching where you truly want to go. But if you can be still, focus, and then act, your energy will be powerful and precise. Stillness also strengthens inner balance. It trains patience. It teaches control over impulses. In stillness, you realize that not every urge needs to be followed. Not every desire needs to be chased. Not every thought needs to be believed. You gain mastery over yourself. And this mastery is the foundation of peace. To practice stillness, you do not need to escape to the mountains or abandon your life. Stillness can be found in simple moments. Sitting quietly for a few minutes, breathing deeply, observing nature, or closing your eyes and letting the mind rest. These moments of stillness, repeated daily, transform you. They recharge your energy, sharpen your clarity, and deepen your wisdom. The power of stillness lies in its ability to reveal what movement hides. Stop chasing, pause, be still, and you will discover that the answers you seek are not outside, but already within. One step with intention is more powerful than 1,000 steps taken without awareness. In life, many people move quickly, always trying to achieve more, do more, and get further ahead. But if their steps are without direction, they are simply running in circles. True progress is not measured by speed, but by purpose. Every step, no matter how small, becomes meaningful when taken with clear intention. This is the difference between wandering aimlessly and walking with purpose. When you live with intention, you stop being pulled blindly by outside influences. Instead, your actions come from within, from a conscious choice. Think of planting a seed. If you scatter seeds carelessly, many will fall on rocks, some will be eaten by birds, and most will never grow. But if you take one seed, place it carefully in good soil, water it consistently, and protect it, it will grow into a strong tree. The same is true with your actions. A single action done with intention can transform your life more than countless random efforts. Living with intention requires awareness. You must ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is the purpose behind this choice? Does this step bring me closer to who I want to become, or does it take me further away? Without these questions, you may spend years working hard, but end up at a destination you never wanted. Intention is the compass that guides your steps in the right direction. One step with intention also teaches patience. The world often tells us to rush, to compete, to achieve faster. But intention slows you down in a meaningful way. It reminds you that the journey is not a race. It is about steady progress in the right direction. When you take one step with awareness, you are not in a hurry to take 10 more. You trust that the single step, taken fully and consciously, will naturally lead to the next. This practice also protects you from overwhelm. Many people give up on their goals because they look at the entire mountain and feel discouraged. But if you break it down to one step at a time, each taken with purpose, the mountain becomes climbable. Intention removes the weight of trying to do everything at once. It teaches you to honor the present moment, to focus only on what can be done now, and to trust that each small step is building the larger path. Most importantly, one step with intention creates alignment between your inner self and your outer actions. When you act with intention, your body, mind, and spirit move together in harmony. There is no division between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. This alignment gives you strength and peace because you know your steps are true to your values. So remember, life is not about how many steps you take, but how intentional each one is. Even the smallest step, if taken with awareness and purpose, has the power to change your entire journey. Align with inner strength, because everything you try to achieve in life depends on the foundation within you. Too often, people search for strength outside themselves. They believe it comes from wealth, status, recognition, or possessions. But the truth is, external things can be taken away at any moment. If your strength is built only on them, then your life will collapse the moment they disappear. Real strength must come from within, from a place that cannot be shaken by circumstance, opinion, or loss. Inner strength is not about being hard or unfeeling. It is about balance, resilience, and self-mastery. It means you are not controlled by every emotion, not defeated by every obstacle, and not swayed by every distraction. It is the quiet confidence that no matter what happens outside, you have the capacity to respond with clarity and wisdom. This strength does not shout, it does not need to. It shows itself in calm decisions, steady discipline, and unwavering focus. To align with inner strength, you must first know yourself. Too many people live disconnected from who they truly are. They follow the crowd. They imitate others and they lose touch with their own values. But when you understand your values, your priorities, and your purpose, you stop being pulled in every direction. You act from a grounded place. This self-knowledge is the root of inner strength. Without it, you are like a tree without roots, easily pushed, easily broken. The next step is discipline. Inner strength grows through practice. Just as muscles become stronger when trained, the mind and spirit grow stronger through consistent discipline. Discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect. It is the decision to do what aligns with your growth, even when it is not easy. Whether it is maintaining healthy habits, practicing patience, or focusing on your goals despite distractions, each act of discipline builds your inner strength brick by brick. Another part of alignment is learning to trust yourself. Many people doubt their abilities and constantly seek validation from others. But true strength means believing in your capacity even when no one else does. This self-trust does not mean arrogance. It means understanding that your worth is not dependent on the approval of others. It means knowing that mistakes do not define you, but rather teach you. When you trust yourself, fear loses its grip, and confidence grows naturally. Finally, inner strength is about harmony. It is not enough to train only the body or only the mind. You must align body, mind, and spirit. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in the same direction, your energy becomes powerful and unstoppable. You no longer waste time fighting yourself. Instead, every part of you supports your growth. This is alignment. Aligning with inner strength transforms the way you live. You stop depending on unstable things outside and begin to live from a source that cannot be broken. With this strength, you can face challenges with calmness, walk your path with certainty, and inspire others without even trying. Do less, achieve more. This may sound like a contradiction in a world that constantly tells us to hustle harder, push longer, and fill every moment with activity. Yet the truth is, doing more does not always mean achieving more. Often, the opposite is true. The busier you are, the more scattered your energy becomes, and the less progress you actually make. Success and fulfillment are not found in endless activity, but in focused, meaningful action. When you learn to simplify, to remove the unnecessary, and to act with precision, you begin to experience the power of doing less. Consider a beam of light. When it is diffused, it provides general brightness, but it cannot cut through anything. Yet when the same light is concentrated into a laser, it gains immense power and can cut through steel. This is the difference between doing too much and doing less with focus. The scattered light looks busy, but it lacks strength. The focused light, though smaller in appearance, achieves far more. In the same way, when you focus your efforts on fewer things, your results become greater and more meaningful. Doing less requires the courage to say no. Many people overload themselves because they are afraid of missing out, afraid of disappointing others, or afraid of slowing down. They accept every opportunity, chase every idea, and carry every burden. But this is how they end up exhausted, frustrated, and directionless. To achieve more, you must choose carefully. Ask yourself what truly matters. What is worth my energy? What will make the deepest impact if I commit myself fully? The discipline of saying no to distractions allows you to say yes to what really counts. Another important part of doing less is quality over quantity. It is better to do one thing with excellence than 10 things with mediocrity. A single meaningful conversation is worth more than hours of shallow talk. A carefully completed project is worth more than many half-finished ones. Life does not reward you for how much you attempt, but for how deeply you commit to what matters. By focusing on quality, you achieve more lasting results. Doing less also brings peace to the mind. When you are overloaded, your thoughts are restless, and stress becomes your constant companion. But when you simplify, you create space to breathe, to reflect, and to be present in the moment. This presence allows you to work with greater clarity and joy. Strangely, when you stop trying to do everything, your energy increases and your performance improves. You accomplish more not by force, but by flow. Finally, doing less is about trust. It is trusting that you do not need to control everything. That life does not require you to chase every possibility, and that real progress comes from focus, patience, and consistency. Trust that if you give your best to a few things, they will bear fruit in time. So remember, doing less is not about laziness. It is about wisdom. It is about choosing with clarity, focusing with intention, and aligning with purpose. When you do less but give it your full presence, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible.